All of you have heard this week the evidence that was put forward, and this afternoon you heard the judgment that the judge pronounced, which was life imprisonment with parole ineligibility for 75 years. And I guess the first question that one would ask is, how does one feel after listening to the verdict? And this week is about the families, and no matter what the verdict was, there's no way of bringing back 3 members we lost and the fathers. But the first thought that comes to my mind are the 6 children. And to me, what that means right now is these 6 children will never have to sit in a courthouse and listen to a parole hearing of the individual that pled guilty to killing their dad. And to me, that's what this is about. It's about the families. You know, we're lucky in Canada. We have a justice system that we work independently. The police, we did what we feel is a very, very thorough investigation. That was presented in court, as you all saw. The Crown presented it in a very skillful manner. Defense did their job. They looked out for the rights of the accused. And this afternoon, we heard the judge, and we heard his decision, in which he made his decision. And I think it's a decision that is very well thought through, and it's a decision will certainly be talked about by a lot. It is certainly a decision for me that I think will be a deterrent. And again, it's unfortunate. We've all sat through a very difficult 4.5 months. This is probably one of the worst crimes that we've ever seen in our country. We saw 3 of our own gunned down because of the job they do. They were doing their job that night. You heard the evidence. Even after one of our members was killed, our members continued to go towards the threat until 2 others had been killed, 2 others had been shot at, and you know the rest of the story. So, the healing process starts.
Does it take 75 years to be a deterrent?
Well, that's not for me to listen. The judge made his decision on that. We can all have our own personal decisions. We can have our own personal opinions. It's like you and I looking out the window. We'll all see different things. And in this particular case, this individual, you heard the evidence. The evidence was overwhelming with respect to how he did this, what his thinking was, and we heard it all. And, I personally have to and will continue to respect our justice system. And in this particular case, am I happy with the verdict? I am, and I told you why. The families, we had 3 wives, we have 6 children that will never get to know their dad. And again, I am happy that those 6 children will absolutely never have to sit through a court hearing like we did this week and sit through a parole hearing where they will never have to see the individual who gunned down their dads in cold-blooded murder in a premeditated manner. So that's where my head is today.
Are you concerned about a constitutional challenge?
I did speak to the families, and I spoke with the families after, and you can imagine the sense of relief. It's been 4.5 months, but then again, it could have been a lot longer, and I'm actually very happy that this was done in a very quick manner, all things considered. Sitting through a court trial would have been far more difficult, would have been far more emotional. And as difficult as it was to sit through, 2 days of a sentencing hearing, it would have been that much more difficult to sit through a full trial with Crown and defense and questioning and photos and the like. And, the families are very grateful for that. The families who will speak after me, I'm sure, obviously, the healing process has to continue. It has to continue for all of us. This has not been an easy time. It's been a difficult time for police across Canada. It's been a difficult time for the community of Moncton, but you've all seen as well, like this community came together like no one could have imagined. And I think if we want to allow the legacy of Doug and Dave and Fabrice to move forward, I think that we need to build on that partnership, those relationships that we built in this city in the this last several months. These jobs are not easy, and this week, most of you, either through the media or sat in the court yourselves and actually listened to how things occurred. You listened to the timelines. You listened to the statement. So you know what we live each and every day, and I think maybe, You have a little bit more of an appreciation for what type of work is involved in police work. And you know, the continued support of the public is absolutely important for us, but it's also important for us collectively to support our justice system, which in this case, I think it unfolded in a way that we would have expected in Canada. And I said earlier, I'm relieved that the process is over. I'm at a point in my life, or I'm at a point where I can finally say that the healing now must start. But I will guarantee you, you know, the police in this country, I know all members of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, all police officers in uniform will continue to do tonight what they did prior to June 4th. Put on our uniforms, go to work, do the best we can with what we have, considering all the odds that are before us. And it's not easy, but we will continue to do it because that's what we chose to do in this profession.